So the movie The Matrix came out in 1999, and The Matrix is it's like a machine that you go into, and your heat and electrical activity are used as the energy source, which programs you or shoots you into this world called the Matrix. And basically, it's not the same reality as we have as regular humans. So this relates to Descartes' meditations theory and evil theory argument of being an evil demon, because basically throughout the movie, the main character Neo, he has to find his way to he figures out that this world that he's in, this matrix, is real to him. So the real world also can be questioned, and that's basically the same world. The same argument that Descartes was writing about in his meditations. The evil demon basically is his argument for certainty. Like, being that Descartes is a rationalist, he questions everything and he wants the foundation of everything. So when he says there is an evil demon, it's just his quote. It's just his argument for certainty. His famous quote, "I think, therefore I am." It's basically about his existence as a thinking thing. Since he can think, his mind, he believes, is the strongest thing of his body. Like, his senses are irrelevant. Since he's able to think on his own, his body is basically just an external shell of his being. His mind is way more powerful than his body. There's actually a quote in the movie that one of the characters, Lawrence Fishburne, his name in the movie is Morpheus. He states, like he's talking to Neo, and he states exactly what Descartes would argue.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
It's basically the same exact things that Descartes, he exemplifies. Like, you can't be certain for everything, because his dream argument, like there's always that little doubt, because you don't know when you're dreaming and you're in reality state. There is no fact of when you are or not. It's just, humans have this common knowledge that we believe that we're not dreaming, and then when we are dreaming. Because when he's dreaming, like I said, it's false, because when you dream and when you're in reality, you can do things that you wouldn't be doing in reality, such as, flying cars, or like fictional characters from a book coming to life. So, that's his reason behind there has to be an evil demon. And this evil demon is related to the Matrix, because the Matrix is this different world, dystopian world of reality that the main character, Keanu Reeves, Neo, goes through, and he comes to realization, like Descartes, that wow, this Matrix, this other world that isn't as positive as the other world that I'm living in, could be real as well. So who's to say that this Matrix world isn't actually the real world that I'm living in? So yeah, it's a back and forth doubt that, Neo and Descartes believe in, that you always have to question certainty. You always have to question, why this is here, or if this is actually here or not. So their perception of things is a lot different, and they question everything, because their senses doubted them in the past time. So Descartes' reason for, like, going back to the foundation of knowledge, and like creating your knowledge based on only your mind and not your senses, he does have a legitimate argument, and his rationalism is real, because his senses in his dream argument did fail him. So the whole point of his senses failing him, he comes up with this evil deception source. There has to be a source of his senses, like, failing him, like, why are my senses failing me in my dream? So since my senses are failing me in my dream, there has to be some source of deception, and this source of deception is this evil demon. And this evil demon is the matrix, quote unquote, this world that, you know, isn't perfect, and it's deceiving us, and that we don't see it. You know, we think we see it, and we think we believe all these things, but we can't believe all these things because our senses doubt us. And since our senses doubt us, there has to be something deceiving us, and that something deceiving us is an evil demon. Descartes has this, you know, ideology behind being very strict to his strict to definition, and being strict to definition, him saying that God is almighty and whatnot. His definition of God is not a deceiver. So since his senses lie to him, there has to be a source of deception.
The matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.